I recently had a medication change, and I was extremely nervous about this, but the reason was pretty valid because I knew that the healthcare system where I currently live just leaves a lot to be desired. We'll put it that way. So if you're relocating and you have an autoimmune disease, you have to move for whatever reason, you might want to consider these few things. Let's get into it. Obviously, I'm in my scrubs. I'm going to be going to work soon. So these are the reasons why I was so nervous with this medication change. First of all, I don't trust the healthcare system in the state that I'm in or the area that I'm in. And secondly, I know that it would be extremely difficult to get a nurse to call me back or my rheumatologist office, just in general, to call me back, especially while the snowbirds are down here, which of course right now they are. This is a big problem because it gives me a lot more anxiety, obviously. If I had an allergic reaction, I don't really trust the hospitals here. Now, if you're a Southerner, then you probably already know that healthcare, definitely at least in Florida, is really, really bad. So if you're moving for whatever reason, I would strongly consider, are you going to have a doctor that it's not going to be this situation where you can't even get anybody on the phone when something happens? And are you going to be close to a hospital that, like in my hometown, if they don't have a specialist on staff to deal with a certain situation, they always have someone that they can call in, like rheumatology or anything like that. So, if you're by a hospital and they don't have those means to at least call someone in for that whatever particular specialty you need, that's a little concerning because you could go to the ER with a reaction to one of these biologics or anti-rejection drugs, and they're really not going to know what to do with you. I mean, I guess they'll know, how to deal with an allergic reaction, but they're not familiar with these medications and this disease process. That they're not rheumatologists. So that's the other thing that I think is really important. And especially if you're going to a state that doesn't have expanded Medicaid, you can end up not even having insurance. So all these things I would strongly consider before moving, especially to another state, but even to another part of the state that you live in. You want to be able to trust your doctors and know that there's a good hospital that can call specialists in, if need be, in a close vicinity to you. Now, the hospital in the area that I'm in is known for being really bad. They've almost been shut down a number of times. So if there was an emergency, I would not want to be taken there under any circumstances, really. And this is why I'm more nervous when I have a medication change that I know I could have a reaction to. So I think that for that reason, I would be very careful of all those things, especially states that do not have expanded Medicaid. Because half of the state is walking around with no health insurance. That's crazy as hell. So those are just a couple of things I would consider and things that made me have a lot of anxiety every time I had to try a new medication. It's easier if you have a doctor that you trust and you know you can get a hold of. I mean, my rheumatologist back home would call me personally on a weekend if there was a problem. So you just don't get that here in Florida. There doesn't seem to be much of a standard of care down here. So, and there's other states that are like this, unfortunately, as well. And there's a number of states that are not like this. So I just want to warn you guys if you're relocating so that when you have these medication changes, you don't have to have this crazy level of anxiety that unfortunately might be quite valid if you're in one of these states like down here in the South. And it really puts your mind at ease when you know that you can easily get a hold of your rheumatologist if there's an issue and that you trust the hospital, your local hospital. to take care of you if there was an issue. So that's it, you guys. I know this is a really short video. I just wanted to let you guys know a few things since I've had to move out of state and made the mistake of coming to a state where I have all those issues that I just explained, unfortunately. So hopefully you guys have a much better move, and good luck. Stay strong, guys.